Welcome to the Base-Ment. I'm Hannibal. These are my thoughts. So picture this. A long, narrow road. And on either side, there are trees looming in, not just above the road, but actually encroaching, growing in towards the center of the road. So everything becomes like a tunnel. And even though it's like broad daylight, it's a little bit darker there because everything is looming over the road. And this road is so long, you know how things kind of disappear in the shadows of the horizon or in the glare of the horizon, that you can't see the end of it or the turn or where it stops. You just see what looks like an eternity of road, an infinite road. And you got to get through it. That's where I'm at right now. I'm on that road. And so that road is not just a physical road. We have to look at that. That road is also life. Because there are going to be times when that road opens up and we can see clearly what direction to take next or where we are. Easy to navigate. And there are other times when we're just blinded by the glare that's off in the horizon, or unable to see our positioning because of the shadows which loom over us. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horrors of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. That's from Invictus, the poem Invictus. And so we have to look at that as a piece of life, because there's always going to be horrors in the shade that we have no idea what they are. And the fact that we have no idea what they are almost makes them horrors, right? Because they say people are afraid of the unknown, especially when you see dark places. It's just like when we're a kid and you're sleeping in your room and it's you and the closet door. And that closet door is shut, then we don't see the darkness inside. If the light is on, then of course we don't see the darkness inside. All we see is light. But if that door is open, like even worse, slightly cracked, and all we see is darkness and maybe some shadows from clothes or whatever, it kind of becomes ominous. And it becomes that scary thing, a monster in the closet. Well, there's monsters in the closet of life. But all we have to do is put some light on the subject. All we have to do is close that door. All we have to do is understand that while there may be things that may be intended to be monsters by others in external situations, while there may be things that we perceive to be monsters because we haven't taken the time to ask the right questions, break it down, get an understanding of what it is in our own mental framework so that we can address it appropriately. That monsters are created by other people, by us, And it's a matter of how we perceive them. Now, this is probably a bad example. Actually, it's a good example. Just don't take it in the wrong context. Serial killers. You know, it's funny, humorous, ironic that we want to understand and that we make infamous serial killers because we want to study them. We want to get an understanding of them. And I get it from a preventative standpoint, from a research, from a resolution standpoint of being able to stop these things. But most people see these people as monsters because that's what they represent to us. The heinous acts that they commit, the non-emotion or over enjoyment of the acts. You know, we can attribute those to monsters because a lot of us feel that only a monster could do that. And then there's the group that wants to understand, dissect them, so to speak. They see them as subjects. They want to get an understanding. It's the science. There's no monster in the closet. It's really just shirts and shadows. And we want to understand why it looks like a monster or why it blows in the wind like that. So, again, don't mistake the analogy for a positive thing. Take it as what it is, an analogy. We have to understand the monsters in our closets. Everybody's got a closet. What's in your closet, I don't know. But everybody's got a closet. And so, you got to turn the light on onto that. You got to shine some understanding or introspective translation on to those shadows in your closet. Life is always going to have cracks and crevices. Places that we look at initially and go, I don't want to go through there. Oh, that's scary. But there are some paths we have to go on where we cannot avoid going through the dark places. Keep your candle of faith in your pocket. Keep your flashlight of perseverance on ready with fresh batteries. And most of all, keep your internal light, your internal shine charged. Because nothing can diminish that unless you allow it to. Find yourself going into or in a dark place, turn that light on. Reach inside and shine. Because the worst thing you can do in a dark place is turn out your own light. Because then it's really dark. You can't be found and you can't find your way around. Let me say that again. You can't be found if you turn your light off. You know, it's like a rescue beacon. People get in trouble, they turn on that rescue beacon. Keep your beacon on. Look at it. I actually made it through that road. I'm in a nice, wide open, bright space now. No monsters. Got through the closet. Happy Sunday, y'all. Thoughts from the basement. I'll check y'all later.